Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Troy, where basically we just talk about anything that I find interesting. I do hope y'all like the new setup. We are in the process of, working on building her up, but this is what we got. But we're not going to spend too much time into that. Today, y'all can see by the title, we're going to be talking about whippets. So with me being in my mid-20s, I've never seen a person pull out what looks like to be a whipped cream canister and use it recreationally. So we are going to look at that and I guess really just kind of get into what exactly is going on, what can be done about this, maybe how did we get here, overview of what exactly is going on, how we can help the Black youth specifically. As I've noticed on my For You page, a lot of this is it seems like it's being targeted or I guess facilitated within the YN community. Said if y'all are on TikTok, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. If y'all keep up with what Sky Jackson is going through, that is a perfect example of stay away from YN. I wouldn't be surprised if Yerky uses whippets because I don't know. It seems like she's had a very rough 48 hours. That's not even what we might make another video about that, but that's not what this video is about.
Child. Anyway,
And so we can pretty much see that in every decade, going back plenty of decades, people have had their drug of choice,
This, we can't forget, is a battle against highly armed, dangerous criminals, conspirators, gangsters, people who export and distribute poison throughout our communities in America, people that destroy individuals, families, and all too often kill American citizens.
I would have loved to, been in that era of, like the club scene, early 2000s. That would have been so much fun. Being like back in like the Y2K era, saying back when video vixens was up in there and, people were doing the black slick brow, real cute, real classy, real demure. But, again, it's not necessarily something new that people are using drugs. It's necessarily the drug type and then also the detriments of the particular, and how it's being pushed and how it seems like it's the coolest thing on the block. Coolest thing since sliced bread. And also, too, looking back in my past, I used to work at Starbucks way back in the day. Child, do not get me started about no Starbucks.
yes. You see the problem?
But I used to work at Starbucks back in the day, and we used to have to make whipped creams. You got the little canister, you gotta put some half and half or near or whatever, some vanilla syrup, you gotta close it up, shake it up, and then you got like the little canisters that, I don't know, like we was out sometimes, there was a whole bunch of stuff going on with the canisters. But like I said, you would grab one of the canisters, put it in like a little container, twist it at the top, with a puncture, I guess nitrous oxide to go in there and shake it up and boom, ready to go. Make sure you date it and stuff. Like, yes, period, I was certified, honey, certified Greek stuff. But regardless, that was really the only type of interaction I had with like nitrous oxide or maybe like helium gas. I know back in the day, we get the little helium balloons from like Party City, maybe or whatever, but it never gave recreational usage like this. Like, what is really going on? I am very, very concerned. So like I said, we done talked about, like I said, just the use of drugs. Let's get into actually what exactly are whippets, because what exactly are we dealing with here?
Today. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
Okay, y'all see, I done pulled up, WebMD. Like I said, don't be having a headache and then look up WebMD, child. You might as well start putting them final arrangements together. But we are gonna use WebMD today to, like I said, looking exactly to see what exactly is going on. Whippets or nitrous oxide are popular inhalant drugs. These drugs get their name from the whipped cream aerosol canisters that people often open to misuse the gas inside. Cuts off oxygen to the brain, creating a euphoric high that lowers your mental and physical pain. So yeah, these right here actually was what I was referring to that we had used at Starbucks. I said, not this is outside. Does not look like that. This is behind the counter at Starbucks. This looks like this is on the concrete. Somebody is abusing this. Other Whippet drugs are laughing gas, nitro, nangs, Nazis, hippie crack, and balloons. Tasteless and colorless. People breathe in fumes from a closed source. Okay, so like a bag or something, or I guess just from the little Whippet. Whippet highs are short. So many users huff or sniff the fumes over and over after their first high. According to a 2022 survey from the United States Government Center for Behavioral Health Statistics and Quality, that was a mouthful, 13.9 million Americans over the age of 12, or 4.95% of the U.S. population, have misused nitrous oxide. That is a lot of people. That is a lot of people, child. That's an increase of over 1 million people. And in England and Wales, nitrous oxide is the third most used drug after. We've seen like they're basically inhaling this drug, it's cutting off oxygen to the brain. What are we doing here? It sounds like that is actually being more detrimental to the health than it probably needs to be for you to, get some type of high.
What do you mean by that?
And so, right, is it legal? So, nitrous oxide is legal to buy because it has many legitimate uses. People use it to create whipped cream and cooking spray, as well as to increase the power of car engines. Doctors and dentists use nitrous oxide as a sedative, but using nitrous oxide for recreational purposes is illegal. In many states, you can be fined or jailed for violating inhalant laws. And funny enough, I actually remember a couple weeks ago, Kanye West was in the news because or more so because Mila, I forget, coming up Populis, I think it was like his ex-director of his business had came out and had said that a doctor was prescribing him gas to use recreationally.
The sad part, you're not going to jail. You're going to prison. That way.
Might be another video, child. That's not what we talking about, but okay. Do these shows up on drug tests? No, they do not show up on routine drug tests, as the gas has a very short half-life and leaves the body quickly. Yikes. Okay, so it's about a 10-second high. We have a whole bunch of kids doing this. What short-term effects? Side effects include tingling, dizziness, weakness, irregular heartbeat, slurred speech, nausea, vomiting, blurry vision, headaches. And long-term effects, get into this: brain damage, liver damage, hearing loss, kidney damage or failure, a lack of oxygen or breathing trouble, a lack of vitamin B12, a loss of overall coordination, damage to your bone marrow, issues with behavioral development, health rate disruption, lower blood pressure, lasting ring or buzzing in your ears, no control over your bladder or bowels, depression, psychosis, or similar issues. Said if you think that this drug would be right for you, call your doctor today. This sounds like the end of one of them medication commercials. Oh my goodness.
She recommends it. What are you waiting for? Activia!
Gag me. Oh, this is crazy. And so I have wanted to know, when did all of this like kind of get popular? Because why am I seeing this on my For You page? I'm not looking up Whippets. I'm not I'm not even making I don't even eat whipped cream like that. I don't even buy whipped cream from the store, babe. No shade. Like, I had enough my time at Starbucks, enough whipped cream, honey, enough pup cups. Ain't had no dog. I'm done. Like, I'm cool. So, I wanted to know where all this gets started, and I found these two videos, child. Let's go ahead and watch them. I had seen a music video somewhere. Child, where's that music video at? Yes, this is it. I seen this video. I cannot play this music, but oh my God, I'm scared. I am scared. And this in Atlanta. What is y'all sipping on? They acting like it's juice. Oh, and they got all the flavors. All the flavors. Okay, I done seen enough of this. Unacceptable.
I'm saying, young nigga, the only way to do that galaxy gas shit without fucking your brain up, first you gotta check the drip. You know what I'm saying?
The only way. How about we check the drip and throw it away? Okay, okay, we like that. We like that one, cause please, please. I feel like that the young generation of today, they, grew up in the TikTok. A lot of people, or no, especially if, you don't really have that self-awareness, don't really care what you do, or what you post on the internet, in hopes to go famous, in hopes, to be infamous and stuff like that. Said their education has, went downhill, honestly, since the No Child Left Behind. Said, we can get into that in another video, child. Said there's a lot of other video topics that we got. Like I said, if y'all made it this far, definitely write down in the comments section, some different topics that y'all like me to discuss on here. If I think they're interesting, I'll definitely go ahead and get into it. Back at the topic at hand, a lot of this behavior, stems from the lack of education, one, and then two, like I said, the lack of extracurricular, recreational activities, healthy activities, healthy options that children have nowadays, don't have nowadays, that I had back in the day. Like I said, being able to, like I said, I'm going to the mall without, having a parent if you're under the age of 16, and, going to the skating rinks and things like that. Like nowadays, they're closing those places down. They're, like I said, if you're not paying money to be at a place, there are far and few in between places that you can, go and enjoy yourself for free as an adult, much less, as a child. Y'all did look at the video, y'all seen that it was like they had like in the case and it was just rose. Where is these children getting this stuff from? The smoke shops. Why is nitrous oxide gas that's supposed to be used for whipped cream, it's a food accessory, a food additive, why is that being sold at a smoke shop? I would like somebody to answer that for me. Can somebody tell me why a smoke shop is selling nitrous oxide food additives that you're supposed to be using for whipped cream? All flavors. We got blueberry rags, we got strawberry banana, we got fruit punch, watermelon scallion, brittle. What are all these colorful, flavorful flavors being done, sold, like I said, next to smoking, next to inhalants, next to, CBD rolls, and next to lighters and things, all this other stuff? That somebody answer that for me. Let's use our minds.
Turn this on. Turn it on!
How are they even getting it? Okay, so then not only are these smoke shops selling nitrous oxide, okay, they're in the smoke shop. A lot of the videos that I've seen look like these are minors taking these inhalants. How are they getting them? If smoke shop, as far as I know, 21 plus. You gotta be 21 plus to even enter the smoke shop. Maybe 18 down here in Atlanta. I'll check. But how are they getting access to this?
V, I did not see it on the sheet. If 2 plus 2 is 4, right? And 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay. What the fuck is this?
Are people just willfully just selling? When the store owner sees the YNs come in and ask for some Galaxy gas, they think they finna go home and bake a cake with banana pudding whipped cream. They finna go home and make croissants stuffed with fruit punch whipped cream. Crepes. Blueberry crepes.
You're going to prison.
We also have to look at the parents. Like I said, this is ridiculous. Like I said, you don't notice whipped cream canisters, Galaxy gas. People, you don't notice your child slumped over and discombobulated and uncoordinated and maybe extra tired and stuff like that. Like we as a society, we as Black people, we have to do better. Black people, we gotta do better, like I said. And that, require all of us, finding where we fit in that scenario and pushing forward and helping make some change wherever we can. We look at the past, like I said, here I go, my little tin hat. Not even gonna get too deep into it, but like I said, it seems, like I said, to be very concentrated in a very particular community. I don't necessarily see, or maybe, one-offs I might see, somebody of another particular community doing this. Keep in mind, I guess everybody, might have their own specific things, but It looks like that this is being, very concentrated within the young black community, and it's ridiculous. That's really like what I'm trying to get at, because the fact that they're able to get their hands on these products, on these culinary products, to abuse them, and like I said, they're being sold at the smoke shop in all flavors down the street. What's stopping a person from going ahead and getting some fruit punch gas? There hasn't been any legislation that I was able to find regarding the Whippets issue so far. I noticed that the Galaxy website only sells the canister and accessories equipment. They no longer sell any of like the actual cans or the flavor of the cans. But I'm messy. I went ahead and did a Google search. I don't even know. I guess they still have like links that are to the website to they were like old product pages that no longer exist. So they took those down. Maybe the FCC, I don't know, or maybe USDA child, said the FBI, said somebody, somebody's tipped them off. Maybe they're starting to get the wrong type of attention. So now the only thing that you can get on their website is, like I said, the machinery, I suppose, that, like I said, is useless when people are clearly abusing the canisters themselves.
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail. Period.
Even I was able to, like I said, to go and find like old product pages on like Walmart, to where you could like order it online at Walmart, but like I said, they're out of stock at this point. So I'm assuming right now you really can only get them at the smoke shops. I wonder how that process is going. Like, so do the smoke shops have manufacturing, like, contracts directly, wholesale from, Galaxy Gas? Like, is that a whole different, avenue for the Galaxy Gas business outside of, direct to consumer, because now they're not selling it on the website anymore? Said questions, but we do need some legislation, honestly, that is going to regulate where it should regulate where these stuff is sold. It should not be being sold in no smoke shop. If anything, I think it's called World Kitchen down here in Atlanta, to where, like I said, you can purchase kitchen goods, you can purchase, all those kitchen accessories, groceries, stuff like that. If, like you have the correct licenses and like, you're certified, you have a business, you have, a restaurant, things like that, to be purchasing what you need for your business, or, so that you can actually, make the creations and things like that that you are trying to create.
You don't. So don't even act like you know what I'm talking about.
That would, like I said, lower the level of abuse of these inhalants. However, you know how people is, especially in America, child, they ready to make a quick buck.
Clock that T. Clock that T. Clock that T.
So I definitely hope that people, that watch this video, y'all was able to take something away from this. If anything, maybe, like I said, look out in, if you do see somebody in your community that are participating in these drugs and they shouldn't be, maybe to, do more than just look the other way. They were also selling them on Amazon, and they're not doing that anymore either. I definitely believe that, they got tipped off, they done got spooked, honey. They got spooked. And so, like I said, they're not, outwardly, selling it, but people can still get their hands on this. I don't see any adults doing Whippet, so like I said, that's a good thing, other than Kanye West. Like I said, I brought him up a little earlier. We're not really going to get into that into this video, because like I said, I don't necessarily think that the way that he's using it is necessarily him like glorifying it. I do honestly think that he's just crashing out, child, and that's maybe just the method of the crash out. Like I said, I don't know who would necessarily glorify the new Ye. If anything, we love old Ye around here. Katrina Ye.
Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Please call.
In the past few days,
Whippets are a no-no. Whippets are extremely unhealthy, and we need to leave them alone as soon as possible. Never be in the business of, like I said, whacking, but not, providing ways that we can do better. So, with that being said, what are some prevention methods? Like I said, because people are hard-headed, people are gonna do what they want to do. People be grown, child, grown. What we gonna do? But again, we can always provide some reliable advice for people, like I said, that are deciding that they're, going to be grown and do what they want to do. It's recommended to use a balloon or, I guess something that will alleviate the temperature freeze because this is nitrous oxide. It says the gas is negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So when you inhale it from the canister, it can cause frostbite on your lips, nose, and throat. Also under a lot of pressure, which can harm your lungs. So maybe put it in a balloon first and then inhale it. It says to take breaks. Don't take several whippets in a row without taking a break. So we don't want lack of oxygen, which is hypoxia, which can damage your brain, lack of oxygen to the brain. Slow down and breathe between your hits. Never put a bag or mask over your face when inhaling. Says several people have already died doing whippets this way. And you want to stay seated. You want to be in a sedentary position, child. You want to be sitting down when you're doing this so that you don't pass out, be standing up and stuff, or, you don't fall on the glass, child, and bust your head, child. So, like I said, that's that. Again, we have to put a lot of the responsibility on the parents. Granted, I am not a parent myself. However, I do feel like, me as Unc, me as Big Bro, I'll be able to, kind of provide some of this insight and knowledge and, hopefully negate some of these actions as I see them on the street moving forward. And that is, like I said, with this information, that is what I encourage all of my viewers to do as well. A lot of times when people do run to drugs, it can be, a cry for help. Like I said, the lack of community, like I said, just the lack of things to do, the lack of opportunity, the lack of public spaces, just, all of that. And so, like I said, with the parents, you definitely want to make sure that, we are talking to our kids, like I said, the uncles, aunties as well. We are talking to our nieces and nephews about what's going on. We're talking about our brothers and sisters, keeping them afloat and aware, because I'm sure that unless you're, like I said, 10 to 18, we are not spending all of our time on TikTok every day in and day out.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Today drained me.
There are so many things, so many trends that, like I say, come and go. And so we definitely want to make sure that we keep that line of communication open, like I said, with our children that are in our community, so that they do feel safe to, talk to us about, their thoughts and, whatever they're going through, including, whether they're thinking about, doing whippets because, they see on TikTok and their friends are talking about it and it's easy to get because it's down the street, or, whether they've been doing whippets and, they don't know how they feel about it, or they want to stop, or whatever that situation is. All right, y'all. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you've made it to the end of this video, go ahead in the comments and comment on the beat for me. Also, comment below what you all think, might be some of the causes of the current epidemic, and also maybe other things that we can do to prevent, this from becoming an even larger issue within our communities. But with that being said, I'll see y'all soon with another video. Peace.